Hello, and welcome to the Guilbault Girls Show, where you will have the opportunity to hear from mothers, fathers, siblings, and individuals themselves about their journey of living with a disability. I know, it's called Guilbault Girls, but we have a bonus for you as we get the Guilbault boys to interview some of the dads and siblings and get their perspectives too. We'll also have special guests from time to time to share the many resources that are available to those living with a disability and their families. So get ready to laugh, smile, cry, maybe even get a little angry when you hear some of these stories of their day-to-day struggles. But let's not forget their many triumphs. As they say, it takes a village. And if it weren't for our village, we wouldn't be where we are today. So join us. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Guilbault Girls. Today's guest is Kadyn McDonough. Did I say that right? McDonough. See, well, I should have asked you that prior because, people always they can't get my last name right because they're like Guilbault. No, Guilbault. Always get it wrong. Okay. So anyway, we had the pleasure of interviewing your mom and your stepdad, along with your younger brother, Colton, who has Spina Bifida. And, one of our main things here is we like to get all sides of perspectives from everybody. So I wanted to interview you. So first off, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you attend college, what you're majoring in, any fun facts or anything you'd like to share with us?
So my name's Kadyn McDonough. I'm 19 years old. I'm currently I'm a freshman at the University of Rhode Island, and I'm planning on majoring in biology because they don't have pre-med here. So I'm majoring in bio, on a pre-med track. That's because awesome. I want to become a cosmetic dermatologist. Cool. And get Botox. So
And what sorority are you in?
I'm in Sigma Delta Tau.
Okay. And I see you do a lot of different philanthropy stuff and raising money. What are some of the things that you guys have been working on?
So, since my sorority was founded by Jewish women, one of our philanthropies is Jewish Women International, and they deal with domestic abuse. Mm-hmm. And then we also raise money for PCAA, which is Prevent Child Abuse America.
Okay. That's all good stuff. That's awesome stuff. So I wanted to interview you and get your perspective on what it was like growing up having a sibling with a disability. So how old were you when Colton was born?
I was 6 years old, but I was turning 7 2 months later. So
okay. Did your parents sit you down and kind of tell you what was going on, or did you kind of figure something out was wrong and ask them, or how did you kind of find out or figure it out?
So I was with my parents when they were at the doctor's office, and my mom was getting what's
the ultrasound?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an ultrasound. I'm sorry. And the doctor saw that something was wrong with Colton, and I didn't really understand what was going on because I was only 6. Mm-hmm. But I remember my parents were crying, so obviously I knew something was up.
Yeah.
And then we went to my nanny and grandpa's house after, and they told my nanny and grandpa, and usually my nanny and grandpa are always wicked happy and making jokes and stuff, but they were also visibly upset. So I saw that there was something up with Colton. But
yeah, that's got to be hard, especially at 6 years old, not knowing, and just a shock even for your parents being in that room, having the doctors tell them that, and having their young daughter there who doesn't understand, and having to be visibly upset, you know what I mean, and try and put on that brave face that everything's okay, not to worry you as a young one there.
Yeah.
Let me see, what was it like growing up with him? Did you have to go to all of his therapies? What kind of things
So usually his doctor's appointments were while I was in school, but I remember that some physical therapists would come like to our house and work with him there. So I was there for some of that, but then I would also like tag along for some of his doctor appointments like with my family. But yeah.
And how did it make you feel watching him go through like all those surgeries that he went through too? Because that was tough. That had been tough.
Yeah, so like I've never had to go through anything like that. Like none of my friends have ever had to through anything like that. So I was like scared for him, like because I've been like seeing him go through this like since I was like so young.
Mm-hmm.
But it also like makes me realize that he's so strong because even though he like goes through all this stuff, um he's still the happiest kid I've ever met. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he always like makes jokes. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm. He's so cute. I love him. I can't believe how tall and big and like he's like growing up. It's like,
It's so scary. Like
yeah.
I haven't been home since I've been at school. I just saw him last week and he's so old now. Like I'm actually
He's so old
scared
now.
of him.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's so funny. So did you have to do a lot more chores being, did you feel like you had to do a lot more around the house just because your mom was busy, tending to different things, with his needs?
Um so my grandparents, my nanny, my grandpa, and my mama and papa, they're really awesome. Like ever since Colton has been born, like my nanny would always come over and like help around the house, and my grandpa, my mama, and my papa. So honestly, I haven't found myself doing that much like chores around the house, but like I'll if Colton's like misbehaving, I'll like talk to him. Like if he's talking back to my mom, I'll help my
Mm-hmm.
mom.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like you were ever left out or came last? Because I know a lot of kids, a lot of the siblings, they kind of feel like they feel like they don't want to, either they feel kind of left out or they feel like they don't want to bring something to their parents because they know that they've already got a lot on their plate trying to do
Yeah.
everything with their.
I feel like when I was younger, like when he was just born, I found like I wasn't like mature enough to think like, oh, like Colton needs more attention than me because he's differently abled. But I like as I got older, I realized like it's fine. Like once my mom and my dad are done helping Colton with this, I can talk to them about this. Like, and he's older now, so he's starting to like do more things on his own. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but my parents have always been really good at like balancing me and Colton and like making sure that I was being like they were listening to me and what my problems were at the same time.
That's good. That's good. And what about any of your friends? Do you have any friends that have siblings that have disabilities that like can relate to some of the different things?
No, but they've like no, but I've been able to like not really like show them what it's like to have a little brother with a disability because they don't really have to they don't have that at home. So I'm happy I've been able to educate them on like what spina bifida is and what it's like to have a little brother that uses a wheelchair.
Mhm. And also too, that had been going through your head. Your mom, I had her share a little bit about what was going on with her and when she had her brain surgery and everything. Like, so you had to go through with your brother and then your mom. That's a lot for a young girl at that age.
Yeah, I remember when my mom was diagnosed with her brain disease and like like I said before, I didn't really understand what was going on, but my mom's probably my biggest role model. She's done so much, like still taking care of Colton while dealing with her brain disease. Like she's truly a superhero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Were there any times that you felt embarrassed about your brother or embarrassed for him?
No, I'm so overprotective, like with my little brother. Like, if we're in public and I see someone like staring at him because he uses a wheelchair, I'll give them the dirtiest look back. Have you been sheltered your whole life? Like, have you never seen someone that uses a wheelchair? It makes me so mad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's
Yep.
okay.
Yes, my son is the same way. And even at college, when he, ran into others talking about other people that they see on campus with disabilities, he tries to educate them that way too, because
I do the same exact thing.
mm-hmm.
Just ignorance, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Do you wish that they had growing up any like sibling support groups? Like, do you think that would be something that would have been helpful for you, or something that
Like, honestly, I feel like I've never really needed support because of like home and my little brother. Like, I feel like because I don't really have anything to compare it to. Like, Colton's my only my only sibling. So he's my little brother. Like, yeah, he uses a wheelchair, but like that's just like like normal for
see,
me.
right. You don't know any different.
Yeah, exactly.
I know at our work, we're trying to set up, one of the goals is to get a sibling support group, because there are a lot of kids out there that, you don't have a lot of friends that have siblings with disabilities. So sometimes they don't understand what you're actually going through. And sometimes if you want to really just talk to somebody or get together with somebody that truly is going, get you, if you will,
Yeah.
and will
No,
understand why you're upset, or,
that sounds like a really good idea. I've like personally never really thought of that, but for other people, I feel like that's a really good idea to have something like that.
that, yeah. Let me see, what else do we have here? When you look at Colton, what do you see, and what do you want the world to know about him?
When I look at Colton, I see he's like an old soul, honestly. Like I feel like he's had to grow up so fast, like going to all these doctor's appointments and surgeries, like dealing with kids at school that weren't really the nicest to him. Um, he's he's very mature for his age, and he's very brave, and he's also one of my role models. Like even though he's how old is he now? He's 7 years younger than me. Like he's one of my role models.
And what concerns, if any, do you have for his future?
So I always think about like what he'll do like when he grows up, because it's hard for him to like take care of himself and like do things on his own. But I hope he'll be able to like live comfortably on his own when he's older. If not, I'll take care of him. Like he always jokes with my parents about like living with them for the like
rest of his life.
yeah. It's so funny.
What aspects of being a sibling of someone with a disability do you enjoy the most? And what has been the most rewarding aspect? So what do you enjoy the most, and what's been the most rewarding?
Definitely being able to educate other people about his disability and what it's like living with him, I guess. I don't know. Because honestly, like, I feel like if Colton didn't use a wheelchair and didn't have spina bifida, I wouldn't, I don't want to say, I feel like I wouldn't be like as empathetic towards people with the disabilities because like I wouldn't know, like I wouldn't see it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, educating people in the empathy aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. What has God taught you through your sibling with special needs? Which really you kind of did answer. I mean, that just being more empathetic.
Yeah, because like you never really know what someone's going through. Like if I had to be up late, like taking care of Colton because my parents were tired because my dad like works overtime. So like in high school, like if I had to be up late, my dad works overtime, my mom works like pretty much all day. So if I had to like take care of Colton and then the next day in high school, if I was tired and someone was like, oh, she's in a bad mood, like I feel like people should be more empathetic about other people's situations and like think maybe there's a reason why someone's in a bad mood or having a bad day instead
Mm-hmm.
of jumping to conclusions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And how does it make you feel to see him, modeling and then especially how they got flown out to California? Like how awesome was that? That whole
Yeah.
picture went viral with little Ollie.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like he's given me like so many cool experiences. Like I would never be able to go to LA and like see the Kelly Clarkson show like without Colton. Like I'm so grateful for him and he's such a like inspirational, like intelligent kid. I always brag about him. Like I always show my friends at school like pictures of him modeling or like on the Kelly Clarkson show. It's the coolest thing ever.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love it.
Of him.
I'll still never forget when the first time when we met him, the first show at Runway of Dreams, where he went out there and did his little thing and did his little wheelie in his wheelchair. I'm like, look at him go. I love it. We connected right away with your parents and your brother that day. And I'm just grateful that, we've always kept in touch and that we were able to see them when we were in Massachusetts for sled hockey. They came down and watched Face Game, got to hang out and everything. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you would like to share, or do you have any advice for any other siblings out there that might have just learned that they have a sibling now that has a disability? Like, is there any advice you would give them?
I would say like it's normal to be like not scared but like nervous because especially if this is like their first like brother or sister like it was for me, like everything will be okay, everything happens for a reason. It's it's I don't know,
It's an amazing journey. It's an amazing journey they take you on.
Exactly. And it will teach you so much. And like you said, it's an amazing journey. And yeah.
That's awesome. So I had also wanted you to choose a word and share a word that's meaningful to you, and share why you chose it.
Definitely support, because I feel like everyone needs to be supported. Like everyone has bad days and like bad times in their life, but like if you're there for someone, and that helps like so much. Like no one can really get through something on their own
Without the right support. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen. I believe that. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day, your busy college schedule. That's so awesome.
Thank you so
For having this interview and being on. And I look forward to hopefully one day see you guys all again.
Yeah, of course.
So, okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening or watching on YouTube, the Guilbault Girls Show. Be sure to like and subscribe and share to the masses. So have a good day and we'll see you in the next episode. Okay. Thank you for joining us as we spread awareness through our personal stories and the many resources shared. You can help us by joining our village simply by sharing our show to the masses. If you would like to support the Guilbault Girls on another level, click on the link in the show notes to make a donation in any amount. Add your address and you'll receive a hand-stamped token with the word village on it in appreciation. Be sure to subscribe to our Guilbault Girls podcast and YouTube show, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Guilbault Girls. Till next time.